Hey guys, what's up? It's Teeds here, coming at you with a brand new series that I'm really excited about, following VCU RAMS, the Division I school out of Richmond, Virginia, and I'm going to try my best to bring them back and bring them to glory. But before I get any more in the episode, if you guys do enjoy the episode, please smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. So now that that's out of the way, let's talk about why I chose the VCU RAMS. For some reason, I just really got the inkling that I wanted to have a team that was the Rams. I wanted to use the Rams helmets, as you guys saw from the thumbnail, and I just thought of this team, played them a lot in baseball when I went to Hofstra University. VCU, very good school, very prestigious in basketball, made it to the Final Four about, I don't know, maybe about 10 years ago now. It's been quite a while, but that's what really brought them on the map. And so what I did was create them, and I had two top recruits that they picked up, that they could not be any higher than 85 rating. And what I did was chose one player on offense and one player on defense. And my offense player is Brantley Jackson, who you guys will see here in a couple minutes. And he is the nephew of Bo Jackson. Wanted to have his own legacy, did not want to go to Auburn. And for the defensive side of the ball, I ended up picking a free safety. Name is Vance Walker. Right now I'm just going through my whole recruiting board right now, but I'm going through what I'm doing. I will be playing on Heisman as well. This is going to be extremely challenging, but a lot of fun nonetheless, because it's something that I've wanted to do, would be take a team that's not that good and trying to bring them to glory, give them a chance. And we're going to be joining the ACC as well. And it is going to be extremely difficult because we are starting off as a one-star school. So as I'm taking a look at my recruiting board, we actually don't have that many players that are kind of bad. We have a couple decent guys that are in the 70s, low 70s, was just honestly a huge boost to VCU Rams at the moment, because we're mid 60s. I'll show you guys the roster after we go through and change up the schedule a little bit. As you guys see, our strength of schedule is an A- already. We're going up against Florida State, at Florida State, and then host the number 2 Clemson within the first 3 weeks. So I'm going to set us up against Fresno State for the first weekend, hoping that we can get our first win out of the way and get us some kind of momentum moving into basically the toughest stretch that we're going to be facing, since the ACC is pretty stacked this year with Florida State and Clemson. Also, side note, we do have the updated rosters on there, so Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, Bo Scarborough, all those guys are going to be in the game, and that is why you have Clemson at number 2, because I don't think they were that high when they were back in NCAA football 14. Taking a look now at our ranking in our preseason polls, see how low we are. It is insane. You're also going to see how well our overall is, as well as our overall defense and special teams. So I believe we're right around, there we are right there, 120. We have a D overall, D offense, D plus defense, and C plus special teams. The special teams is probably a C plus, since Vance Walker will be returning kicks and punts, and he is an absolute beast. Take a look at the roster now. Kenny Franklin is our quarterback, 70 overall, 79 speed. He is a freshman redshirt. This is going to be extremely difficult for him, hoping that next year, year 2, will be his biggest bump, but we will see how the season progresses and see how well he performs. Taking a look at our running back, Brantley Jackson, the nephew of the infamous Bo Jackson, 85 overall, 92 speed, 71 strength, 70 agility, 87 acceleration, 76 awareness, 90 breaking tackles, 95 trucking, 67 elusive, 70 ball carrier vision, 70 stiff arm, 60 spin move, 65 juke move, 80 carry, 66 catching, 60 special teams catching, and just decent stats to start as a freshman player. Super excited about what he's going to bring to the table. Our backup isn't that bad either, as he has 90 speed, but our wide receivers are decent. They don't have the best stats. Like our best wide receiver is Greg Vickers at 6'1" with 92 speed. He might be the only guy who I might be able to trust this year, since you look at that awful receiving core. And just as you thought it couldn't get any worse, take a look at our tight ends. Our main tight end is 70 speed. It is atrocious. He is a senior though. We do have a junior who will not be transferring, hopefully. We have a 70 left tackle, which is our best stat on the line. Left guard, 63. We have a 67 center. And right guard is by far our weakest link, 55 overall. Ridiculous. Right tackle, another strength right there, 70 overall, and that's kind of sad if that is the strength But nonetheless, that is our offensive line. As you guys take a look at the rest of defense, not too much to work with, as we're all low 70s or high 60s, which is going to make it extremely difficult, especially in the ACC, to perform. But let's take a look at Vance Walker, our second 5-star recruit. He's 989 overall. I promise you, when I went through the ratings on Team Builder, he was 85. 97 speed he boasts, 85 strength, 90 agility, 91 acceleration, 80 awareness. Just gonna be an absolute beast for our defense. Basically the only good player that we have there, as we keep moving over on the stats, because these stats don't really matter for him too much. Though the juke move is at 80, which is pretty nice. Catching 80, 79, spectacular catching traffic 79. Very good stats, but I'm hoping for a ball hawk. Hit power 90. I wanted to make that, just make him a boom and a force up there. And let's take a look at his play recognition is at 78. Press coverage and man coverage is, not press, zone coverage 85, 82 for man, and press coverage is 74. Not bad for our free safety stud. All right, you guys, so we are going to jump in now to week 1. It is finally here, the first game for the VCU Rams. Super excited, hoping that we can pull out our first victory. It is going to be on the road, so it is going to be kind of difficult, but look at this beautiful day at Bulldog Stadium. I've been there, very cool stadium. When Derek Carr played, that was just the glory days for Fresno State, as well as his brother David Carr when he was the quarterback there. Moving into the first play for Fresno State and VCU, and we get just laid out by the tight end, as it does not look like a good start. But later in the drive, we have our cornerback who picks it off, and we get the ball on the 45-yard line. Great field position for the offense. Hopefully Brantley Jackson can get something going here. Very first offensive play, and nothing. Just nothing. Run on the read option, and we're able to get a decent amount of yards. Runs over a guy, gets it done on a 3rd and 1. We get the conversion, but trying to go wide here, and we get a -3-yard rush. 3rd and 9 later in the drive here, trying to gain some yards here, and their defensive tackle snuffs it out, making it a super challenging field goal. 4th and 11. I believe it's about the 35, so a 51-yard, and our kicker pushes it right. So instead of taking advantage, we end up with no points there. First play for Fresno State as they throw the ball deep, and our corner does not make a play, and he takes it down to the 21-yard line. A huge reception. Was able to hold him for a couple plays here as we get to 3rd and goal. Quarterback look, and Vance Walker just allows a easy touchdown for Chad Olson, their tight end, to go up 7-0. Very next drive for us, first play of the drive, hands it off to Jackson, who gets a beautiful hole, breaks a tackle for a nice 15-yard gain, longest gain of the season, longest gain in VCU history. He's going to be a force, the cornerstone of the offense for sure. 3rd and 9 later in the drive, wide open Burley gets it and takes it all the way to about the 15-yard line for a 40-yard play, breaking Brantley's just huge offensive play that he had. Going for the field goal now, since we weren't able to get anything there, unfortunately, and this time we do put it through the uprights, so the game is now 7-3. Later in the second quarter, now 2nd and 10. Olsen breaks 2 tackles, just makes us look like we're just high school players playing against this team, and they're only 2-star, so it's going to be very challenging if we can't beat them, as they convert again for a 14-yard gain, putting them well in field goal range here, as their quarterback drops back, and we don't get a sack here, but we do there. He breaks a tackle, but not the 2nd and 3rd tackles, as we get a -8-yard sack, making it 3rd and 18. We did get a stop there, as you guys saw. 4th and 18, going for a long field goal here. I believe it's about the same distance, about 51, 52 yards. And this kicker just has ice in his veins. He just drills this. I don't know how that thing got in there, but it was able to sneak in. Ensuing kickoff, Walker is our kickoff guy, and he is taking it, and he fumbles the ball. So instead of just having the ball 10-3 and possibly be down by 2 scores, our defense somehow prevails, and we hold them to a field goal, but nonetheless, we are down 2 scores now, which is going to make it insanely tough with not that much to go off of besides a run game. That's the only thing we have, and unfortunately for that, if you just have a run game, it makes it difficult when you are behind in these kind of situations. But starting off the second half really well, Jackson, 13-yard gain, very beautiful. Wasn't able to do anything with that drive as we move forward to Fresno State, their very next drive, and we just have a huge hiccup here as we allow an easy easy touchdown to go down 20-3, and it is just not looking good. All that confidence, all that momentum going into the first week is just shattering right in front of our faces as Jackson breaks a tackle and another huge run over in the middle. I just cannot wait to see what he's going to be able to do in the coming year, since freshman year is going to be very tough. As we get our first touchdown, Dominic Burley scores on a touchdown pass, and we are just loving it. Our first touchdown brings it back within 10 points. Fourth quarter now, 1st and 10, and we just leave open a wide receiver, and he breaks a tackle, takes it down the sidelines. If there was about a couple inches more, he would have probably taken it to the house, but we are fortunate that that did not happen. Very next play, just no one really seems to want to be playing some defense right here, as he's easily able to catch the ball for the first down. A couple plays later, touchdown, 27-10. We are down, and that is going to do it for game number 1. Nothing on offense that really worked there. Kenny Franklin, 9 for 12, 78 yards with a touchdown pass. Not too bad of a day, but we did have a couple drops that made it a little challenging for the passing game to be successful. Moving on to the running backs, Brantley Jackson was kind of the highlight of the day. Unfortunately, he was not able to get into the end zone though, but he did have 17 rushes for 84 yards. No touchdowns, averaging 4.9 yards a carry. Offensive line is atrocious, so it's going to be very, very difficult in order for him to be successful, but he can break tackles, so I'm really hoping and cross my fingers that that is what will lead him to be successful this year. On the receiving end of things, only 9 catches. Burley led the team with the yards and everything, 4 for 70. We tried 4 screens with Jackson, but unfortunately was not able to get any yards, just using -1 yards there. We had 1 catch by Childress for 9 yards, but other than that, it just was not that big of a receiving day. On the defensive side of the ball, there weren't too many highlights except for that interception that we had earlier, but we only had 2 tackles for losses and 1 sack, so defense really needs to step it up, but it is going to be a long season on the defensive end of things. But that is going to do it for the episode, guys. If you guys did enjoy it, please smash that like button. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. We are going to do about 2 games per episode, but since this had a lot more explaining in the beginning, want to show you guys the rosters and everything, we're only going to have 1 game for this episode. Next week, we'll go up against number 4, Florida State, as well as number 2, Clemson. That should be exciting. Hoping we don't get slaughtered in either of those games, but I hope to see you guys there. Other than that, I am out. Have a good one. Peace.